centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Sun Devils started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Sun Devils have it in scoring position on first and goal. Wants to throw again. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Going to swing it on second down. And he will score! Touchdown, Arizona State!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
Got his man in the middle.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
On target to the left. Running free. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown Sooners.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. The Sun Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
That's reeled in. It's Schaefer. Makes the grab, and not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. From the gun on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Peters. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the...
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Makes a move. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Makes the grab. It's Gee. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Connor. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. This defense defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. So they've gotten it right on the doorstep. Couldn't get it in via the air last time. Here's third down. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now the play fake. Going deep. A strike downfield. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Here's the pressure. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Sooners will punt it away on fourth down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Complete to the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy, he's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they are going to get lit up just like that.
They just keep firing. Touchdown, Arizona State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. He'll do it himself. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And the Sooners will hustle to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Got it in the middle. It's Crowell. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Sooners with the 1st and 10.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
Unloads quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll try the run. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Nice move there. He is run out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Send the tight end in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Snagged out of the air. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown Sooners. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. Boy, we've got offenses just flat getting it done. I wonder how the defenses are going to counter all of this firepower.
They are too, Reese. They're wondering how they're going to counter this offense. As you've seen the explosion, it's so hard, so much speed, and such effort like that. Offense is just, they got the upper hand.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And the ball is free on the pitch. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they turn it into a defensive score. On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Oh, they're after him. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick strike complete. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Lets it fly. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. He makes it grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return, and he pumps it up inside the 20. And he was able to get back on top of it.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
This time, he's got his man. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Finds his man. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And he won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is on its way. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can make...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
Unleashes one deep. And he's got it. Touchdown Sooners.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Continues to fight for yards. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires to the wideout. Zips it out to his man. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in. It's Connor. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Might be changing the route. From the gun. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by this offense.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Arizona State! Fitted in the window for the score.
The gamble pays off on offense. I know there are a lot of coaches out there that would just kick that field goal in the final play of the 1st half. Instead, they decide to throw it. And when you've seen these two guys hook up as many times as they have in the past, why not just do it? Great job executing. They're on the same page. They get the score in the end zone on the short throw, and they've got the lead going into halftime.
And the Sun Devils will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. They march to the red zone, and here they go. On the run, fires downfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And that one will give them the lead. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. To the air on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. He's looking to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Flips it out on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Gee. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Pulls and fired complete. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. The Sooners moving quickly to the line.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
And the Sooners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Hauls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. To the ground with the back. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Using the quick game. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. And this is sort of like a pinball machine. The numbers keep ticking up. He's closing in on 450 yards.
Yeah, Reese, and there's no defense.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
It's a really nice job making the play. And you think about all the success they've had with Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray in recent years. But a big reason why those guys had success was they had big-time players on the perimeter getting open and making plays, too. It wasn't just all the quarterback position. They brought in some big-time recruits from high school at the receiver spot. This guy is no different. He has a chance to be the next great Sooner receiver.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Snap from the gun on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Peters. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. This guy is special. What a target and what a knack for finding the end zone. He might just rewrite the record book before he's done in Norman.
And that's a famous record book. We could go down the list of so many big-time players just in the last several years, whether it's Hollywood Brown, CeeDee Lamb. We can keep going with the list goes on and on and on, but just guys that make plays and quarterbacks that trust their receivers. Because you know why? Because they do that.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. I know when a guy's thrown 3 interceptions, it's not good, but everything hasn't been bad. They've moved the ball a little bit. They just keep self-destructing. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
The defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it first and 10. Floating away. Throws to the back. Zings it complete to the right. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. And the Sun Devils will line it up on first and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Oh, he makes the catch. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Unloads to the right. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Arizona State! The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, no incident there, and we are tied up in the third. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Finds his tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The Sooners want to move quickly.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Got him downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, this guy's been a weapon all game long. They've lined him up all over the field. He's run all different types of routes. The defense has not been able to cover him, and he's got now over 150 receiving yards.
So now it's second and long.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. USC is currently working from behind, but in front of a packed Coliseum, anything is possible. That fight song, those uniforms, momentum can change quickly. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Nebraska. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's Connor. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46. First and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And first down for the offense.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Ready.
Wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Sun Devils! A great catch and run for 6. point here will tie the game. And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Gets the back moving. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels, not able to connect with...
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the fourth quarter, an opportunity to move on top.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here we go. The run to the right. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Touchdown, Arizona State! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
And the returner will be brought down. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Crowell. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up to the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
When you got a QB with this kind of arm talent, receivers with this kind of speed, they are going to be difficult to stop. They have been up and down the field. They've almost got 450 passing yards.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The give on the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one?
A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Oh, he's got some space. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Sun Devils are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to him again. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Gentry. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
He's got it on the run. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good. Milk the clock, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils! They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. A little screen to the running back. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Arizona State! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling.